So when was the last time that you updated your makeup look? You know, it's so easy to get stuck in a rut, isn't it, and do the same thing day in, day out. But the good news is that with just a few small tweaks, we can refresh our look and find a style that really works for us through midlife and beyond. And so I'm delighted today to be joined by Rupert Kingston.
Hello.
So good to see you. Can I hug?
Yeah, let's hug. Let's hug.
One of my favourite people. He is the creative director and co-founder of one of my all-time favourite makeup brands, Delilah.
Well, thank you. You have to say that because I'm here, right?
No, I genuinely mean it.
No,
Literally
I know that
upstairs,
to
my
be true.
dressing room is
I know that to
full
be true.
of your gorgeous makeup.
Thank
and I'm
you.
so looking forward to this today because we're going to be sharing a few tips that professional makeup artists like Rupert know inside out, and sharing them with you so that we can all instantly refresh our makeup in a very simple way. So I think it's probably fair to say that this tutorial is going to be a bit of a game changer.
I hope so. I really hope so.
I know so.
So I think with makeup, nobody really teaches us how to do it. So I think
True.
it's fun to sit with a makeup artist and zoom in on some of those tips and tricks and techniques to really get it right.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be doing today.
And it's going to be easy. Okay, Rupert's going to talk through each of the things as we're going. But just to say thank you also, because you have very generously given us all a 20% discount. Fabulous discount, 20% with Liz Loves on Delilah. So, should we get cracking?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so look, my first tip is about prepping the skin, Liz.
Okay.
And I don't mean skincare. Before you do your makeup, do your skincare as normal.
Yeah,
And
I've just got a little bit of moisturiser on.
Okay, that's perfect. But what I would say is before you do your makeup, just wait a couple of minutes. So if it's in the morning, put your skincare on and then go and have your breakfast, go and boil an egg, whatever that looks like for you.
Do some grounding on some grass.
Well, yeah, take your shoes off, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
And then start with your makeup. But you need a couple of products to prep. So what I'm going to start with is a skin mist. Just close your eyes for me. So this is a skin and makeup mist, and what it's going to give you is what we call contact hydration. Ooh. So what we're doing is putting water back onto the surface of the skin, so those skin cells really plump back up. Nice. 100% natural ingredients. It smells great. It's nice and refreshing, but straight away we're getting a glow. The second product I'm going to do is a little prep underneath the eyes. And this is the Wake Up Under Eye Perfector. And all you need is about half a pump and just pop a little bit under the eyes. Look straight up for me. Now, this is not replacing your eye cream, but what it will add is some luminosity under the eyes. And when you're applying your concealer, and I'm going to put some onto the eyelids as well, close to me, Liz, and your eyeshadows as well, this is just going to grab those products so that they go on, they stay in place. And we know sometimes concealer can be tricky to apply around the eyes, especially in midlife where we're getting those fine lines around the eye. So the Wake Up Under Eye Perfector is just going to perfect that area so the concealer goes on really easily. So that's great. You can pop it on before you start your makeup, or it's great to have in your bag and to just top up a little bit throughout the day. So when you take a look now, instant illumination, instant radiation, no glitteriness, and super hydrated on the skin as well. The last step, and I never ever do makeup without our primer. And it's called underwear. You shouldn't go out without your underwear on, Liz.
I love that, and I do love this product, and I do wear my underwear too.
And
both types.
And so you should. So look, about 1.5 pumps, start in the centre panel of the face and just blend outwards. So primer, okay, it's like anything that we're going to put colour on. So if you're going to paint a wall or you're going to spray a car, if you want the colour to go on, look really good and stay in place, you put a primer on. Makeup primer works exactly in the same way. It creates a little veil on the surface of the skin that the makeup is almost going to float on top of. That will stop your skin absorbing the makeup throughout the day. It also means that when you apply, it's going to apply quicker, and you might find that you need a little bit less. So look at that, just 90 seconds, 2 minutes to prep your skin before you apply your makeup means everything will go on more easily, look better, and last longer.
Brilliant.
Okay, Liz, so the next step is complexion, and I'm going to start with a foundation that I know works really well in your skin, and that's our Time Frame foundation. The shade I'm going to use is Shell, and I'm going to pop 1 pump just on the back of my hand. Now I'm going to apply the foundation brush, and this is a great way to apply foundation. You get a really quick, easy finish, and at the end of it, you haven't got foundation all over your fingers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix 1 pump into the brush, so the brush picks it all up, and then I'm going to do like a clock face. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then I'm going to slowly buff that onto the skin. Now, what we love about Time Frame, and I know what you like about it as well, is how skin-like it looks. It's a very, very sheer foundation. When you've applied evenly all over the skin, that's the time when you can grab another little pump onto the back of your hand, mix a little bit more into your brush, and think about those areas where you need a bit more coverage. And when you need coverage, try patting the brush onto the skin. So what we're doing is a buffing motion to blend it all in first, and then a little patting motion afterwards, so that everything sits flat into
I've got
the
some
skin.
high colour just here.
Sure, so wherever you're a little pinker, and we're always a bit pinker through the centre of the face there, usually you can just pat some foundation on there. So tip of the chin sometimes, or even sometimes if you have some hyperpigmentation on the cheeks, just press that brush in. And what you want is a nice seamless finish. If there's almost nothing left on your brush, take a little bit into that area underneath the chin, where it can just look a little bit paler. And then with nothing on the brush at all, just buff around the edges. So there's no foundation on the brush here, we're just buffing the whole thing together. And for me, Time Frame works best at about 1 to 2 pumps. You really don't need any more than that. Okay, once you've finished your foundation, I would recommend using a separate concealer around the eyes. You can pop a little foundation under the eyes, but I find it moves around a little bit, and you want something that's got a little bit more cover. This is the Farewell Concealer. It's a very creamy consistency, so it really melts underneath the eye, rather than those liquid concealers that can dry onto the skin and look a little cakey. And I know some women say to me, I like to hide my dark circles, but when I put a concealer on, I suddenly look 10 years older. This is the challenge. Using something very creamy means it's going to stay hydrated, luminous, nice and moist around the eye, and it's going to be really easy to wear. Again, I'm going to scribble a little bit onto the back of my hand. Really what you can do, if you want to, you can draw a little bit straight onto the eye, that's fine. I'm being a bit makeup artisty. And then just picking a little bit up. And what I tend to do is start just at this inside corner. This is where we tend to be darkest here. I find a lot of people end up sort of watching tutorials about makeup and end up doing this V that they always tell us to do in tutorials. The problem is you end up with too much concealer in this area here. And that's often where the fine lines are, right? That's the area that we don't like so much. So I think if you're putting a lot of concealer on there, you're going to feel conscious about those lines. Think about where it's dark, and that tends to be on this inside corner here and up into the nose there. So if you look straight into camera for me now, we should be able to see what we've got is just a nice brightened area there. And what we need to do is just touch that side up there too, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. In fact, what I'll do is draw straight onto the skin.
What I love about your sort of crayon style concealer is that it's quite creamy and it's flexible, so it moves, because obviously the eyes move. It's a very mobile area of the face.
You know, it's a really good point. And if you're not using a brush, you know, just to show what you said there, Liz, you can actually just use a ring finger and just press that concealer straight in. The crayon format is really nice because anywhere else where you need a little bit of coverage, and sometimes that can be the corner of the nose or the corner of the mouth, you can just use a finger and just blend that in. Even if you're not wearing foundation.
I was going to say, when I travel, I'll just take that with me.
A little bit of concealer, and just touch up here and there.
Oh, nice.
Well, thank you. Okay, but what I love about it, Liz, is it looks like your skin still. You know, I think that makeup, good base makeup should look like your skin, not like good foundation and good concealer. So Liz, the next step is going to be eyes. And I think that eye makeup is probably the most challenging part of anyone's makeup routine. So I want to try and make it as simple as possible. These are the smooth shadow sticks. They are long wearing waterproof eyeshadows that glide onto the eye and are very, very easy to blend. So I want to make it nice and simple. The colour I'm going to use is Cinnamon Swirl. And what I'm going to do, Liz, is I'm literally going to draw along the lash line, and then I'm going to blend straight upwards. So let me show you what that looks like. Can you feel? I'm literally just rubbing this into the root of the lash. Now, I know what everybody's thinking watching this. They're thinking, Liz's eyes are closed. How am I going to do that on myself? Well, if you give me a second, I'll show you. What I'm going to do is scribble this up to roughly where the socket line is. And then I'm going to use a brush, but you can use your fingers. And I'm going to rock that colour backwards and forwards in the socket area to blend that away. And what we'll get is this nice wash of colour all over the eye. Now, let's talk about what you would do if you're doing that at home in front of the mirror. Grab your mirror for me.
Got my little mirror.
Okay, so the big mistake that everybody makes when they're doing their eye makeup is they close their one eye.
Yeah.
And when you close one eye, you tend to scrunch your eye up a little bit. And also you can't really see what it's going to look like when you've got your eyes open. So my tip is this. Try and tilt your chin up and look down into the mirror and raise your eyebrows. That's it. Now you can see all of your eyelids.
Yes.
When you watch makeup artists doing their own makeup, that's exactly the face that they pull.
Okay.
Yeah, have a little look up your nostrils. That's that. But that's the way that you want to do it.
Okay.
And then while you're doing that, you can. I'm not going to put this on for you. Not on me anyway. What you can do is you can scribble right at the root of the lash, keeping the eyebrows raised, and you can see where the colour's going. Yeah, go for it.
So
exactly that. Yes, exactly that. Now you can see what you're doing, and just by raising your brow like that,
I can see.
The skin over the lid becomes very, very smooth and taut.
Yes.
So you can apply exactly where you want it. Exactly.
And then up here as well.
And then keep going up over the moving part of the eyelid to the crease.
Ooh, nice.
Now you can do this either with a finger. I'm going to give you a brush. This is the eyeshadow brush. It's been built for this. And all I want you to do is rock backwards and forwards. Rock backwards and forwards. That's it. To blend that colour up.
Nice.
Now, have a little pause, stop and look straight in the mirror, because this is the second thing that we don't do, all right?
Yep.
We do the kind of broken doll thing with one eye shut and we look and see if that looks all right. But really what you want to do is have both eyes open and look straight in the mirror. And if you need to now, you can keep your eyes open for me. That's it. You can sneak that colour up while your eye is open. Because, I mean, you've got a nice sockety shaped lid, but lots of people have got that kind of hidden lid shape, or people call it the hooded eye. I hate that expression, right? All it means is that the brow bone, your lid tucks up underneath the brow bone, so you can't see the lid. So what you want to do, if that's the case, if you have the hidden lids, or people call the hooded eye, you want to look straight in the mirror with your eyes open and rock that colour backwards and forwards until you can see a flash of it coming past the crease. So it often means you probably need to bring your eyeshadow a little higher than you would usually do it.
It's a great colour.
It's a great colour.
It's kind of almost like a non-colour.
Yes.
I mean that in the nicest way.
No,
it
I
just
totally
gives
agree
definition.
with you. Great on blue eyes, really nice on green eyes, great with brown eyes as well.
Yeah.
A little trick here though, what you don't want to do, you want to keep this to the lid. Try not to extend this out past the corner of the eye. It's tempting to do, but it ends up turning the corner of the eye down. Just look into the mirror for me again. I'll just show you one last trick. When you've finished, scribble a little bit more into this outside corner here and just deepen that a little bit. And it's great to just make that outside corner just a little bit darker.
Just lifts it a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I'll pop a little bit in this outside corner here. And I'm bringing the colour this way, so towards the nose.
You taught me that before.
Yeah.
I always used to do it from the inside out, and now I go from the out in.
Well, this is it. It's tempting to pick up a colour, start at the inside corner of the eye and go outwards, but that definitely closes the eye up. Try and make the outside corner of the eye darker and work inwards towards the nose.
And I've got these in my makeup kit and they last all day.
They really last all day.
Yeah,
in the summertime, you know, if you're in air-conditioned environments, they really sit still. Now, if you want to step this up a little bit, what you can do now, and what you're going to do, it's all about where the mirror is. Raise the mirror up slightly, drop your chin very slightly. The pencil fits really neatly, and you can run a little bit just into the lower lash line.
Nice.
And I'd go about 2/3 of the way around and blend it away. And that will help to just open the eye up. Just make sure that colour meets in the outside corner where we've done our darker colour.
Nice. Yeah, much better. Can you do the other eye?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Look straight up for me. That's it. Bring your mirror up. So this is what you would do at home. You drop your chin down and then the pencil fits right into the lash line there. And if you want to, just do little hyphens. Just let the pencil skip very lightly through the lashes to about 2/3 of the way around.
And then join up at the end.
And then join up at the end.
Nice.
Very easy. It doesn't matter what shape eyes you've got. What I've shown you here is definitely going to work for you.
Great.
Okay, so that's eyeshadow done. A few tips, a few takeaways for you there. I want to talk about eyeliner, and another challenging
Yes.
part of anyone's makeup routine. But I'm going back to the hidden lids thing again, or the hooded lids. The thing is about trying to apply eyeliner, and especially if you had that kind of hidden lid, is you can't really see the eyeliner. You know, if you carefully put a line along the lash line, when you open your eyes, it kind of disappears. And if it doesn't disappear, it certainly transfers onto another part of the lid.
Sure.
So I'm going to do a little trick, and I know that you do this a bit already, but it's a favourite trick of mine. And what we're going to do as makeup artists, we call it tight lining.
I love a tight line.
Now what you're going to do is you're going to tilt your chin up again, and you would do this the same as if you were looking down, you're holding your mirror here. And what I'm going to do is pop the lid up, and I'm going to push a little bit of this black liner into the roots of the lash. Now I'm just using my thumb to do this, but it's actually easier to do than you think. When you're looking down into a mirror, you can just use your finger to lift and just rub that cream
And that is
in.
so gentle.
Well, this is it. I think you
It's
need
so
something
soft.
very, very creamy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it's waterproof as well.
Amazing.
So great eye makeup remover will remove this eye makeup,
Yeah.
but you know that when it goes on, it's really, really going to stay in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that all the way to the edge of the lash line. And this is going to work really well when we put mascara on again. Let me just go straight into camera there, because you should be able to see a difference of how the lashes just look a little bit fuller, a bit thicker. Chin up for me again. And just looking down here, as if you were looking into your mirror, I'm going to pop that up again, and I'm going to rub this colour, and you're very good at staying still, Liz, because you've done this before. And again, I'm going to take this about 3/4 of the way. I'm not going to bring it all the way into the eye here. You can do that, but there's a danger of it transferring after you've just done it. But actually just pushing into the lashes like that is a very quick, easy trick.
And this is all ophthalmologically tested, so it's
Dermatologically tested, and of course, as Delilah, we are vegan, we are cruelty-free, we are paraben-free as well. So very comfortable, very easy to wear in the eyes. That's the eye line, eye pencil, and the colour that I've used there is coal. Okay, so to finish the eyes off, and for me this is the Desert Island product. Makeup never looks right until you put mascara on. And I'm going to use the Intense mascara. Just because I liked to give a bit of volume to the lashes, it immediately makes any look more glamorous. So just rolling a little bit onto the lashes.
And what I really like about this mascara is that it's buildable, so I find I can add a bit more if I'm going out in the evening and really want to pump up the volume.
Right, so it's got that nice volume, but the mascara itself is quite soft, you're right. It doesn't end up sort of hard or crispy to the touch, which means you can still get the brush through. So look, my tip for applying really is to make sure that you roll the brush away from you as you're blinking into it. And what you want to try and do, and this with the Intense mascara, the brush is so small, you can get this brush right into the root of the lash. You want to think about those fine fibres getting right to the tight line where you've popped your eyeliner. So what I would do is I'd pop some on the lash, and then as the brush dries out, there's a great opportunity here, chin up for me, to look up and for me to just catch a few of those lower lashes. Now it's up to you if you want to do mascara on the lower lashes. I think if you can, then you should, because it opens the eye. But I think you have to be realistic. I think if you feel very sparse under the lash, on the lower lashes there, you should probably avoid it, because it will just exaggerate that. But if you can, I definitely think that you should. Okay, again, just look straight into camera there, because we just want to see that real difference of how much a difference mascara makes to any eyeshadow look. Let me pop a little bit on the other side here. So again, so what you would do is, if you can, you'd look down into your mirror. And what you would do, keeping your eye open, is roll the brush away from you, really giving it a wiggle. And thinking about fanning those lashes outwards. So think about pulling them outwards, Liz. Pull them out this way so that you can see them. Elongating these ones in the corner. And again, working that brush right to the root of the lash. Liz, that's great. Just looking straight up for me now, tilting your chin up slightly. Yeah, fantastic. Great. Okay, Liz, complexion done, eyes looking amazing. What we want to do now is just add some colour to this look. So I'm going to do some cheeks and lipstick. Now the thing is, I know that everybody loves those kind of nudie colours and they work really well. The problem is they can be quite high in brown, and that can give a kind of sallow look to your complexion. So what works really well are these nice kind of rosy tones. I'm going to pick a blusher. It's our In Bloom liquid blusher. And all of the products that I've used on you today have got this kind of creamy, liquidy consistency, which is great because it's soft, blends into the skin, gives us this nice glow. And the colour I've picked is Peony, which is a nice dusky rose colour. It's a little bit of freshness to it. So what I'm doing is popping enough on the back of my hand so that you guys can see it on camera. But when you're doing this at home, you only need about the size of a grain of rice. Half a grain of rice will probably do both cheeks. Pick a little bit up with your middle finger. And where to apply, what you really want to do is you want to use a couple of fingers to find where the cheekbone is and start your colour on the bone. I'm going to do a little press with one finger, and with a clean finger, which is my ring finger, I'm going to blend upwards towards the ear. Now, what I don't do is smile for me. I don't do that smile and apply to the centre of the cheek, because relax for me, I think that always ends up a bit too low. So just with a neutral face looking into the mirror, find the corner of the cheekbone, apply the blush on there and use a clean finger to blend outwards. It's really that simple. Grab the mirror for me, Liz. Have a quick look at that and then I'll show you exactly what I did.
Oh, nice.
Nice, eh?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, and you've got great cheekbones, so it's very easy, but if you find it hard to do, you can use two fingers and find the corner of the cheekbone. Apply straight onto the cheekbone there. And then with a clean finger, which is your ring finger, blend it outwards and up towards the corner of your cheeks. If you need to pat a little bit more on, you can use the bit with your finger on. And what you'll find is, because it's a liquid blush, it'll blend so easily into your foundation. So just what you'll want to do then is just check the mirror for balance to just make sure it's nice and even. Now here's a little trick. In the summertime, all right, we catch a little bit of sun on the bridge of the nose and it looks kind of cute. This is not for everybody, but sometimes it's nice to just pat a tiny bit of that colour onto the bridge of the nose, blend that in, and it will give you that fresh off the beach look.
Yeah, great.
Okay, so the next step is going to be lips. I'm going to ask you to apply this lipstick.
Okay.
The colour I'm going to use is Hush. It works really nicely with our blush colour, with our peony colour, but it's got that nice rosy undertone to it. What I want you to do is I want you to apply that first. We're going to apply lip liner second.
Oh, interesting.
So what I want you to do is just using, what I would do is apply to the bottom lip first, and then press your lips together. Great. And now what you can do is finish the Cupid's bow at the top. So by applying a little bit underneath here first and pressing them together, you get to cover most of the lip in one go, and then you can quickly just do the Cupid's bow. That's great. Do a little more for me. So the Intense lipsticks, very, very creamy. As you can see, just one swipe and the colour goes directly on. Do your lipstick first and you can see that's just lifted your complexion. And I would say go in with a lip liner afterwards. So again, with these makeup tutorials, they tell you to line the lips first, but I sometimes find that that's quite challenging to do. The lip line can end up looking a little bit wonky, or you end up bleeding it over on one side. By applying your lipstick first and then using your lip liner to guide where you're going to go on your lips, you'll find it much, much easier to apply a nice soft line. Now the colour I'm using here is Buff, and again, this is a waterproof formulation, so once it goes on, it will really stay in place, and then just have a little go at pushing that colour into the lips as well to give you real consistency. Press together for me again. Lovely. So you can see it gives this nice kind of rosy lift to the skin. What I would say is be wary about colours that are a little bit too brown and just make the complexion look too sallow. Look for these nice kind of fresh, rosy undertones that look very, very youthful on the skin and bring some colour back as well.
Really love it. It just feels wearable. Just feels like me, only better.
Okay, so this is what great makeup should look like. So we've covered how to prep and prime the skin before you do your makeup, the best way to do your eyes if you've got that kind of hidden lid or that kind of hooded lid that people call it, and then also picking colours that really lift the complexion, those nice rosy colours. I've had so much fun today. Thank you so much for having us along.
Thank you, really. Well, what do you think? I absolutely love it. A really fabulous tutorial and such gorgeous products. I have to say they feel so nice on my skin too. And don't forget, you can save on everything you have seen us use here today at Delilah. We'll put all the product information and the links below. Just use Liz Loves at the checkout for an amazing 20% off your order. Thank you, Rupert. Well, as ever, I'd love to know what you all think. Let me know in the comments, and do share your midlife makeup tips too. We really love to hear, as always. And do make sure that you are subscribed to never miss an episode from me and my team. Until next time, go very well, and thank you so much, Rupert.